The last piece is about real freedom. You know, when our founding fathers planned this country, and you know, we were reminded of that on 4th of July, they wanted people who did the right thing and worked hard to have a reasonable, sustainable life. I firmly believe in personal responsibility, and I know from talking to you, all of you have lived your life with a great deal of personal responsibility, but we also have a shared responsibility. There are some things that people cannot do alone. I had to laugh at a gentleman who was an independent. I was at the Green Valley Library and I asked him to sign my petition, and he said, well, you know, I'm for small government. And he's coming out of the Pima County Library, which is part of government. So I said to him, do you want smaller books, fewer librarians, or shorter library hours? That is government. Someone at my Rotary is involved with the fire department, and he's for smaller government. I said,
does he want to quit his job?
I said, you are government. You know,
No.
While I believe in personal responsibility, there's a shared responsibility. None of us in this room are going to go out and build a new road or a school. Right. You know, so people, we have to have that right combination of personal responsibility and shared responsibility. And, you know, when I think of freedom, I see people actually losing freedom. When you have abused women and they don't have a safe place to go tonight because of state budget cutbacks, you know, they're not free. I talk to small business owners and they're clamoring for more customers. If they don't have enough customers to sustain their business, they're losing their freedom. You know, if there's a child, and I remember that Jonathan Payton was always big on talking about child protective services, well, their budget has been decimated. You know, if you're an abused child and there's nobody watching out for you, how free is that child? If we have qualified students getting ready for university and they can't afford the rising tuition, you know, how free are they? How free are they? I, you know, had the opportunity to go to higher education, and I got, you know, when I went to get my MBA, I had a grant from IBM to do that. You know, how free are these people? And if you think about every single decision, practically, that the state has made, the GOP-led legislature had made, we find a real lack of freedom. And you know, it's often considered an issue by the other side of the aisle, but I think that is a trumped-up freedom. Their freedom is concerned with freedom from taxation and free trade. And though, you know, there is a responsibility of people, for people to pay a fair amount of taxes. And in Arizona, we have, for individuals, we're 41st in our tax burden as individuals. And so our rates are very low. And remember what I said before, that, you know, you can cut the corporate tax rate to 0 and we won't get the kind of jobs we want to come here unless they support public education. The university is just an incubator for great research and great ideas, and they're working with the business community to bring those things to market. But if we don't nurture that, we're not really going to go anywhere.